What's going on, guys? Welcome to Everything Always. My name's Michael Roman, aka All Fires. Now, a lot of us were pretty shocked last week when out of nowhere, Marvel Studios and Disney revealed a ton of details and a sizzle reel for Avengers Doomsday and Spider-Man No Way Home at a merchandising conference. And even though the footage that was shown hasn't leaked out yet, which given Marvel Studios' recent track record at events like this is absolutely miraculous, one of the attendees at the conference decided to share what Marvel Studios and Disney officially shared with them about Spider-Man Brand New Day and plot details for Avengers Doomsday. We've got the full transcript. We're going to, of course, issue the normal spoiler warning, read through it in full. I'll try to add some context where I can and break down this latest plot leak and details for Avengers Doomsday. But first, if you could grab the subscribe button, guys, thanks to everyone who's been helping grow the community here. We are growing at an insane pace. And if you haven't already, kindly invite you to hit the subscribe button. It's the number one thing you can do to support us here at the channel. Plus, it'll enter you for all the giveaways. If you want, stick around at the end of the video. We get into the PS5 giveaway stuff again there. Okay, so first up, the normal spoiler warning when we cover content like this at the channel. Of course, if you want to go into Avengers Doomsday and Secret Wars, avoiding as many spoilers as possible, I ain't mad at you. It's going to be a trick on social media and would beg the question as to why you clicked on this video in the first place. Still, if you want to go into the unknown not knowing, now is the time to back out, come back and see us. We'll be here after you see the film. In the meantime, this again is according to an attendee at that merchandising conference where Disney and Marvel talked about the upcoming Avengers Doomsday and Spider-Man Brand New Day. And this is what they had to say as far as plot points for what's the beginning of Avengers Doomsday. Quote, "The story will begin in Wakanda and also involve Talokan. Shuri, Namor, and M'Baku will all have new costumes. Then it says that the X-Men, including Gambit and Deadpool, will have a major fight against Doctor Doom, and that fight takes place at the X-Mansion. He then adds that Doctor Doom is the one controlling the Sentinels, and that they're assisted by none other than Shang-Chi and the Invisible Woman, and then adds the details that the X-Men suits are comic accurate and not black leather." Okay, so there is a ton to unpack here. We're just going to go bullet point by bullet point. It sounds like the movie is going to start in Wakanda, and we already knew that Shuri, M'Baku, and Namor would be back from the first round of cast announcements with the chairs. However, since then, we've heard from industry insiders that both the actors who played Namora and Atuma will also be back for Avengers Doomsday. So there are two things that we can draw from this. Number one, we're probably going to see Talokan, and it sort of feels like Doctor Doom might be invading Wakanda. That's why the two of them have to work together, and that's the other thing that we can draw, is that obviously in the wake of what happened with Wakanda Forever, there is now an alliance or some sort of communication and or working together between Talokan and Wakanda. Or at least that's what this would indicate. Now to the next point, if true that Ryan Reynolds will be joining the cast of Doomsday and that Deadpool will be in the mix alongside Gambit, who's already confirmed, and be fighting with the X-Men, this is not surprising at all. In the build-up to the drop for Deadpool and Wolverine last year, we had heard from several sources that Kevin Feige was so impressed with the film that they wanted to work Deadpool and Wolverine into these two movies. And as I've said before, the Russos did not come back out of retirement to do these two films, put all the characters on the board and go, oh, we have Hugh Jackman's Wolverine and Ryan Reynolds' Deadpool, and we're doing X-Men scenes, but let's go ahead and leave these two out of the film and just use them for Secret Wars. Absolutely no way. And to that exact point, if Ryan Reynolds is revealed to be in this film, it's probably not a shocker that Hugh Jackman's Wolverine will also be revealed to be in Avengers Doomsday as well. Now to the next point, that they'll all be fighting in the courtyard of the X-Mansion and that Doom will be controlling Sentinels. A little odd that Doom would be controlling Sentinels, but not outside the realm of possibility. Just think of them as enormous Doombots. And in fact, some of you, when you were DMing me the behind the scenes shots, were asking, could these be Doombots? Very clearly by the paint and the design, they are Sentinels, but according to this, Doom will be the one controlling them. And as I just referenced, if those behind the scenes aerial shots are any indication of what's to come, this description of a scene perfectly matches up with what we've seen from Unbox PhD on YouTube and all of his drone shots of the sets that they're building for Avengers Doomsday. Now this last detail, that Shang-Chi and the Invisible Woman will be fighting alongside Deadpool, Gambit, and the X-Men against Doctor Doom and his Sentinels, is absolutely crazy because none of that actually makes sense at this point. Look, if the Fantastic Four arrived in the 616 and are truly aboard that ship, there's reason to believe it might just be Franklin Richards' topic for a different video. But if that's the Fantastic Four coming to meet the new Avengers, there's obviously small overlap there with what will be Sam Wilson's Avengers, most likely involving Captain Marvel, Wong, Shang-Chi, and of course Bruce Banner. That's the connective tissue that would put the Fantastic Four in immediate connection with the character lineup that would include Shang-Chi, but those two characters meeting seems like it is so far from the realm of possibility, pun sort of intended at this point, that they're going to have to play a lot of catch-up to introduce and acquaint these characters. Unless, and as I've speculated all along, they may allow for some of this heavy lifting to be done off screen, and when we're reintroduced to this group, have already established connections and some sort of backstory between these characters that again will have already taken place. That way they don't have to sort of trudge through a ton of boring exposition in the first 30 minutes just watching these characters introduce themselves to each other and explain what's happened when us, the viewer, has already seen all this. It will just be for the purpose again of introducing these characters. Some of that can happen off screen. And that's exactly the way the Russos played Captain Marvel. She showed up in a post-credit scene arriving in the 616, the same way we saw the Fantastic Four ship arriving in the 616, and the next time we picked up with them, it was established that they already knew each other, that Captain Marvel already had a rapport with the Avengers, they had already gotten through all that stuff. I think the Russos and Marvel Studios understand that the diehard fans are already all caught up, and for the better part of a lot of Marvel fans, they already know all these characters from the comics. And if you want to keep things interesting, to quote Morty here from Rick and Morty, we start where our stories begin. And so I like the idea of some of this stuff that would, again, just be a boring half hour of characters meeting each other and introducing each other. Hey, I'm Shang-Chi. Hey, I'm Invisible Woman. No. Just jump in and let us make some of those connections off screen. And that always makes for a much more interesting story, both in film and literature to begin with, when they don't hold your hand and have to explain everything. But you guys let me know all your thoughts down below in reaction to any and all of this, and why in the world is Doctor Doom controlling Sentinels? I mean, I guess I get it for the theater of it all, but I'm all ears with all your theories down below. Quickly, let's get into the giveaway stuff before I let you go. All right, we are still giving away PlayStation 5s at the channel, plus tickets to Marvel movies when they drop, etc., etc. If you want to be entered to win, or for any of the other future giveaways at the channel, all the same rules will always apply. Hit the subscribe button because you need to be a subscriber, then leave a comment down below, and because it's truly random, the more videos you comment on, the better chance you have of winning. All winners will be announced at the end of videos, the same way we're doing here, live with my voice, and the winning comment shown on screen when there is one, so please be safe and vigilant on my channel or really anywhere on YouTube where they do giveaways. And if you should ever get some spam with someone trying to impersonate a content creator, just report the comment directly to YouTube. They are very swift about deleting those accounts. The best way to keep up with the content has always been to hit the notification bell with all notifications turned on, and as always, if you liked today's video, I'd appreciate it if you'd hit the like button. My name is Michael Roman. You can find me in a couple of places: Instagram and Twitter at IamFires. You can also find me on Spotify, YouTube, Amazon, Apple, iTunes, under the name All Fires with original music. And while I would sincerely appreciate you checking my music out, thanks for checking this channel out. Thanks for your support. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.